here's something for you. Stress very negatively impacts muscle growth. So if you're really stressed about how bad you did on your diet, fasting can reduce your stress, thus leading to improved muscle growth. Alright, so if you clicked on this video, then you're likely asking the question, what should I do after I've just screwed up on my diet and had a crazy cheat day, or 2 cheat days, 3 cheat days, whatever it may be. So specifically in this video, I want to talk about fasting. Should you fast after you've screwed up your diet? So right now I'm currently fasting for diet reasons. I'm actually bulking, right? But I've been gaining weight too quick, and yesterday I actually had a pretty crazy cheat meal, and I decided, I think I want to have a day of fasting. It's been a little while since I've fasted, and I want to give my body some time to process through these calories. So if you're like me and you've screwed up on your diet in the past, you've likely gone straight to Google and searched up, what should I do? Oh my gosh, my life is over. I just screwed up my diet, stuff like that. And one of the top answers when I have looked this up in the past is not to fast the next day. And that's both good advice and bad advice. All right, this is based off my personal experience. I'm not some guru. I'm just trying to tell you all what works for me, my thoughts on it, and the pros of fasting after a cheat day or cheat weekend versus the cons of fasting after cheating on your diet. First off, why you shouldn't fast after screwing up your diet. So I'd say if you just went over a tiny bit, you had a cheat meal, it was really not that bad, right? Ideally, if you can just get right back on your diet, then do that. I think that's what they're trying to get at on the internet when the top response is don't stop eating. Second reason why you shouldn't go on a fast after cheating is if it's out of a place of beating yourself up. You shouldn't be like, I'm not eating anymore because of how bad I did. It needs to be a decision that you made out of good conscience and after thinking about it, right? It needs to be strategic. So why should you go on a fast after cheating on your diet? I'll use myself as an example. I've been on a bulk, which for me, whenever I'm on a bulk, it's still kind of hard to not overeat, but especially in the past week, I've eaten way too much. And yesterday I decided I'm just going to have a day of fasting to give my body time to work through all the excess and really just give my body a break. I highly recommend fasting every so once in a while because it's like a reset for your body. Your body can use a break every so once in a while. So for my example, the reason why I'm fasting is because I'm not satisfied with my overall habits leading up to this point. And after yesterday, I decided strategically I'm going to have a day where I don't eat, but this is following multiple days of kind of overdoing it, not being on plan. I like to use fasting as a turning point for my dieting. It is a great reset mentally and physically for your body to just take a break from eating, then get back onto your diet. All right, so in conclusion, the purpose of this is to tell you it's okay to fast, and I encourage doing it every so once in a while. It's great for your body. There's all sorts of health benefits, and it can be really helpful for turning your diet back around and getting back in the right direction. And also, if you happen to be doing it for spiritual purposes, fasting is a great way to get closer to the Lord and to really devote yourself in prayer and really seeking the Lord. But anyway, I hope this information helps. If you found value from this, then I'd appreciate a subscribe and a like and maybe even a share. But anyway, I'm gonna go hit back and biceps. Make sure also to watch till the end of the video, because after I lift, I'm going to get into the lifting side of things when it comes to fasting, as in how does taking a day of fasting affect your training, and should you really be worried about it?
I feel you burn all over me. One hit of you is all I need. Baby, I need a fix. All I wanna do is let myself right next to you. I might need a few moments just to touch on you. feel you.
Look at that. Alright, so that was a pretty solid lift. Honestly, really good. I had pretty good energy and the lift felt pretty normal for being fasted. Like, I'm honestly surprised with how good I felt during that lift. Oh my gosh. That is beautiful. Alright guys, so if you're wondering how fasting can affect your workouts and overall muscle growth, then this section of the video is for you. So as you saw after my lift, I actually mentioned that it was a really good lift and I had pretty good energy and I was lifting the same weights and I was chilling overall. It was a good workout and I didn't run into any issues. I maybe had the slightest bit less endurance that I'm aware of, but overall the workout felt fine. Nothing to worry about there. So to kind of prepare for this section of the video though, I just did a quick Google search for myself, how fasting affects exercising, and to my surprise, there's actually studies that are saying intermittent fasting, or just fasting, you know, as long as it's not for a really long period of time, can actually help preserve lean muscle mass. But yeah, if you've been afraid of fasting because you don't want to hinder your gains, just realize that that's for the most part a bunch of bull. It's really a bunch of bull. It's a myth that you can't intermittent fast if you're trying to build a ton of muscle. It's a myth that breakfast boosts your metabolism, so to speak, in any sort of highly effective way for fat loss or whatever. But research does support that fasting has a ton of health benefits. So if you're afraid to give it a shot because you think it's going to hinder your progress in the gym, just know that if you're doing it like me for just like one day, that's nothing. Working out and getting stronger and getting bigger, it's all about consistency. Getting leaner, it's all about consistency. So whatever you're doing consistently is going to lead to the results. So if you want muscle, then you're consistently going to be eating on your diet and training properly. But if you were to lose muscle by fasting, you would have to be consistently fasting very, very often, like long periods of times, fasting for a week at a time and stuff like that. But as I said, on the contrary, there's benefit to fasting and it can actually help with preserving lean muscle mass, apparently. So that's something new. I just learned that, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so another reason why you really don't gotta worry about losing any muscle or terrible performance in the gym while fasting is because your body has something called glycogen stores, and your body uses the glycogen stored in your muscles and stuff during workouts in order to have energy. And so when you're fasting, you have a good 24 hours or so where your body is just using up the glycogen stores. And so if you're just doing short fasts like I am, just like a day long every so once in a while, you really have nothing to worry about, because by the time you're eating again, you will have just depleted your glycogen stores. And guess what? When you eat again, when you get carbs back in your system, your glycogen stores fill right back up. So you don't have anything to worry about. I think largely there's just a big misconception about fasting in the fitness community. For bodybuilders, everyone thinks like if you miss one meal, then you're screwed. And I think the overall health benefits, both mental and physical, from fasting far outweigh any sort of theoretical negative impact that it'll have on your muscle growth. Like what? Here's something for you. Stress very negatively impacts muscle growth. So if you're really stressed about how bad you did on your diet, then a day of fasting can reduce your stress, because you're like, okay, I finally feel good again and my body feels great again. And so you're not going to be stressing so much about having done bad on your diet, thus leading to improved muscle growth because your stress levels are down. So yeah, just stuff to think about. Let me see if I can think of a joke. I'm always coming up with these stupid jokes, and they're usually like short one-liner, silly dad joke type stuff. So let me see if I can remember one I've come up with to leave you all off with. Let's see. Okay, I've got one. Why didn't the flock of animals face their fear? Because it was a cow herd. Oh my gosh, that's so silly. So if you're someone who struggles with building your shoulders and really feeling them and getting the mind-muscle connection, I was in the exact same boat as you. I know how difficult it is to feel shoulders sometimes. You need some tips for building your shoulders. You can find them in this video right here. Thank you all for hanging out with me. God bless.